baking in animation takes information that is, how to put this, information that is generated from outside sources. So for example, a constraint. If we take, let's just do some simple objects here. Cube up here, and then we'll take a cylinder. Okay, we've got these two objects here. Now, if I take the cylinder and I constrain the cube to it, so I'll take cylinder, cube, constrain parent. Anything that I do on the cylinder here, if I key the cylinder, this is actually putting keys on this cylinder. We are getting information and math that is affecting these attributes directly. The cube, though, has no information like that. It has no keys. All of its motion is being generated by the connection between the cylinder to the cube, by the constraint. So it's a generated motion. It's not an actual physical motion on the object itself. The same thing happens when you create connections, when you create expressions. So for example, instead of creating a constraint, let's take another object, a cone here. Yeah, I do like his face as well. That was just a happy accident. I just wanted him to smile, and then it came out like that, and it's like, well, he really wants that cube. Happy accidents are always nice. So let's say I want to connect these in a different way. It's not just constraints that you can use to tie objects together. Instead, I could take this and let's say I'm going to go to Windows, General Editors, Connection Editor, right there. And on the left, I'm going to take my polygon cylinder, and on the right, I'm going to take my polygon cone right there. And basically what this is I am connecting one attribute directly to another. Basically, this attribute equals that attribute. So, for example, I could take the translate Y up and down of the cylinder here and tie it into the translate Y of the cone. And you'll notice it turns yellow. That's a connection. Blue is a constraint. Green is a constraint with keys. So if I set a key here, for example, it'll turn green. But now we get this, where the cone follows the translate Y. It's just that, just the translate Y. But there we go. So maybe I'll move it here so it doesn't hit the other thing. So like that. This is another example of generated motion. It is not keyed itself, but information from one other object is connecting into it and telling it how to move. Okay. So, baking. What baking does is it takes generated motion and turns it into keyed motion. So, for example, let's take the box here, go to Edit, Keys, Bake Simulation. So in a sense, these are simulations. It is motion generated in Maya versus by keys. So let's take this. Once again, we don't really need to worry about all of these settings. I just want to keep it on the base animation layer here. And let's do a sample by. We'll sample every frame this time. Actually, I've only animated this till frame 15, I believe. So let's actually set that so it doesn't take forever. So from frame 0 to frame 15, or frame 1 to frame 15, that's where my range is. I'm going to bake this animation. So take the cube, and you can see it's constrained. Let's just hit apply. It'll go through, and now it's no longer constrained. It's just keyed. And you can see it keyed on every single frame. So it took that simulation, that constraint information, and transferred it into keyed information, which means I now have full control over this. I can go into the graph editor and adjust my curves. Maybe I want to adjust the ease in here a little bit more. Maybe let's adjust this curve just a little bit. Something like that. So push the ease in, ease out. Now you can see there's a little tiny offset between the two objects. I could even offset the entire curve one frame if I wanted to, which means now we get this little kind of offset between these two objects. It's a great way of taking something that should be following pretty much closely along, and then instead of being exactly tied together with a constraint, you can bake it out, offset it a little bit, and you get this nice extra motion, super quick and easy. Same thing works with connections. So I've got this, we've got this connection in here. Let's bake that. There we go. There's our curve. Maybe I'll have this one lead one frame. So now we get that. So it's taking simulated motion and turning it into actual keyed motion. That's really all it does. And by all it does, that is actually a really big, cool thing that it does.